Real quick, before we start the video, I just want to wish everyone a late happy 4th of July. I know I upload these videos every Wednesday, but the 4th of July was this past Monday, and I hope you all had a safe and fun time, and I hope you all thank someone for their service.
Want to learn how to tie your shoe? It's a very easy thing to do.
Last week, I talked about this sadistic Sesame Street puppet with a bad temper, but at the end, I mentioned that I was going to talk about shoes. Well, kinda. All the sneakerheads are going to tell me how a pair of Jordan 1s are aerodynamic enough to never let you fall, but I'm here to say that a shoe is just a damn shoe. It doesn't matter if it's a Yeezy or a Croc, it's all the same. However, I'm going to go off script a bit and say that most of the people aren't wearing shoes when they fall. Some of them are taking the Lamborghinis before shoulder checking the ground. And if you don't know what Lamborghinis are, they're basically just your bare feet. I shouldn't have to explain this. Anyways, these people have a bad tendency to fall over when they've got someone who can make Jeffrey Dahmer eat his own heart out, pun intended, chasing them. What's to blame? Gravity? Feet? We'll talk about that. Let's touch on the most complex theory that we have little to no understanding of, as all good scientists and mid-tier content creators do. Gravity. What is it? Who invented it? Will it be an NFT? We can all blame that on one person, Sir Isaac Newton. If it wasn't for him getting a slight concussion from an apple, we'd be drifting off into space. Okay, maybe I'm being a bit dramatic, but Sir Isaac Newton discovered the laws of gravity under the statement, whatever goes up must come down. You can figure out the gravity of these clumsy circus clowns by simply doing this equation, which I'm not going to do, so bust out a pen and pad and let me know what you think. I know you're not going to do it, so I'll do my best, and if I'm wrong, tell me how much of a small brain I am in the comments. However, I'm not doing this alone. I called on the wonderful people of r/horror, one of the biggest yet best subreddits to suit your horror needs. And we're going to be looking at some examples of why the gravity theory is kind of unreasonable. Okay, after wasting 2 hours of my life trying to sit down and use the formula and using multiple sites to do so, I think I have the answer. Earth has a gravity of 665 newtons and humans about 514. Did I get it wrong? Possibly. Do I care? Not really. And just to prove to you that I actually did it, here is the proof. The exhaustion I put myself through for you guys. On to the main argument, legs. Now, you know this trope has gone to shit when a company like Nike memed it about a decade ago, and it continues to happen. Either it be for suspense or for other films to be like, let's do it too. It's just kind of one of those things that you see a couple times and you're immediately annoyed with. Kind of like the people in their 20s and 30s making your mom jokes and think that that's still a good comeback. And if you're offended by that, good. Let's take a look at some of the films that were recommended to me by the lovely people on r/horror. Let's deal with probably the worst of the worst. Zombie Lake 1981. Have you heard of this film? Neither have I. But from what this lovely person, user Viking1976 says, it's not a good movie. There's a part where this girl is taking a wood barrel bath. She sees a zombie, only runs for like 3 seconds before she trips and falls on nothing. Yep, fucking nothing. How did this happen? You can't say the bucket because she was already a good distance away and wouldn't be able to trip her. She's not even wearing fucking shoes, and she decided to give herself a gravitational vibe check. She ends up being a zombie's Weight Watcher meal for the day, so hey, it was probably for the best. Shout out to user God of Pupe, I like that name, for recommending Cabin in the Woods. Jules having a little hanky-panky with Thor in the woods when this zombie cannibal decides he wants a piece of the action too. Without even wearing shoes, she gets up and immediately gets put on her ass. Now again, why the hell do these people fall and either A, not do anything, or B, crawl backwards? Crab walking is not a suitable form of escape unless you're, you know, a goddamn crab. The crustacean community is not pleased with your abilities, and you should apologize formally and immediately. User No Pollution 5090 recommends Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2013 and Scream. But since I'm not trying to make this mask wearing nun look bad, let's look at the former. Heather Miller just saw one of her friends get 50-50 with a chainsaw, and she decides to haul heels to cheeks out of the house. In doing so, she throws herself down the stairs because that's the most efficient way to do these things apparently, and then jumps over a shin-high gate and busts ass on the ground. Let's take a look at this one little frame. She purposely threw herself down the stairs. Look, she's running, she's good, and then nope. I've seen Shawn Michaels take better spills down the ramp than this shit. Users Shern, SH, and Leviathan Box say that in Friday the 13th Part 5, near the end of the movie, this person just falls down and crawls for a good 10 to 15 seconds. You wasted, with a capital waste, crawling on the ground and then get expedited overnight to the Holy Ghost. For what? You know what you could have done in a third of the time? Pick your ass up and run in the same direction you were running. I already talked about how Jason is dumber than a sack of dirt, but you somehow took the fucking cake on this one. User Feudal Fufu comes in clutch with one of my top 3 favorite horror movies of all time, Freddy vs. Jason. At the beginning of the movie, we see this trope kick in like an extra strength Tylenol when this lovely person gets done skinny dipping and is so creeped out by something that she runs, falls, dies. One thing they point out is that it's completely useless to button the last button on a dress shirt before you marathon sprint your ass away, and honestly, that's a good point. Why would you do that? You made yourself less aerodynamic by doing that. Either button the shirt, lose the shirt, or lose your life. You had 3 options and you chose none of them. One more before I go ahead and give my synopsis on this. User Rainy Roleplaying first recommended Silent Hill, but then coming in clutch with a link to Wreck. It's kind of hard to see what happens, but essentially this person is running away from a grandma that had just been turned down for seconds from her grandchildren, and while running, she drops the camera in perfect view for her last 15 seconds of fame. I understand this one. It's a dark house, night vision only, but Lord Almighty, you're already being chased. Run up the goddamn electricity bill. You're not paying for it anyway, so who cares? Now that we're done, what do I think about this? I think this trope is as annoying as the jump scare trope. You know, the ones where there's anticipation music building up and then silence and then bah, you know? It's old, tiring, much like a person in their mid-20s working a full-time job. This never makes sense unless the person gets caught in a bear trap or gets lineman tackled by a zombie or something. Just a word to the wise from the future directors watching this, don't do this shit in your movie, please. Make them psychologically or atmospherically scary. Give people a reason to be uneasy in their seats and you'll secure your place in the horror genre forever. Then again, I'm just a guy on the internet. I hope you all did enjoy the video, but before I sign off, here are all the people who have contributed so far to the post at the time of me writing the script on July 3rd, 2022. Viking 1976, God of Pupe, No Pollution 5059, Shern SH, Leviathan Box, Rainy Roleplaying, The Chainlink 2, Advertising Bulky 2688, L Joey French, Chloe Barbasaurus, and Philodemus 1984. Woo! First take on that one. And everyone included on the r/horror subreddit. I'm serious, all. If you're a fan of horror movies, games, etc., head over there to join the Reddit. I will definitely be doing my best to include this community in my next video. Well, I hope you all did enjoy the video. If you can, please trip over the like button, follow the sub button, and you might as well tap the notification bell there as well, because it's just right there. You know, it's not that hard. Also, come check me out on Twitch. I go live Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, because I am doing a Resident Evil 2 remake playthrough series. I've never played Resident Evil 2 before, so that's gonna be fun. I have some game manipulation software tied to it that my chat can use to honestly just scare the shit out of me. So I'm not looking forward to that. And as always, I'm your host with the most, going live from overseas to coast blackout, going dark. I will see all of you in the next one. Keep it brutal, keep each other safe. Until next time, later.